Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and today I want to show you how to personalize your jewelry and make jewelry tags. Some people call them artist tags, artisan tags, jewelry tags, and basically they're a way of putting your mark, putting your name on pieces of jewelry that you design. Here's a couple finished examples. Since my name is Julie Bean, I just did my initials, JB. So you can see I've got a couple different styles here, and actually on one I just did a little icon, I just did a little bird flying. So in terms of the tags themselves, there's a wide variety of sizes and shapes and finishes. I've just pulled a few. There's actually quite a number more available. And when deciding on the tag that you want, you're going to also want to look at the size and how much you actually want to fit on the tag itself. But you can see you do have quite a big choice. Now, if you don't want to do a personalized tag and actually stamp it, there are pre-made jewelry tags like this, and on both sides they say "Made with Love." And then there's also these ones here that say "Handmade." It's the shape of a little hand. And it's always nice to use a tag on jewelry, one, to put your mark on it, to let people know that it was made by you, and also let them know that it is handmade and it is something which is really unique. When deciding what to put on your tag, you'll want to think about, do you want to put the name of your company on the tag if it's short enough, or some abbreviation of your company? Do you want to put your initials? Do you just want to put your first name? Do you want to put a symbol? The symbols in the metal punches, there's a wide choice of them. I've got a little clover and a bird right here, but there's smiley faces, hearts, stars, sailboats, a whole host of different designs. You might find one which calls to you or says something about your company. And then once you've decided what you want to put on it, you'll want to also decide the size. I have a couple different metal punch sets here. Here's 1.5 mil, which looks like this. It's really a tiny lettering, which will fit on the smaller tags. If you want to use a larger letter set, such as the one I have right here, you'll want a larger tag. So take all those things in mind when you're deciding what you're going to do. And then I'm going to show you how to make one. So again, based upon what size tag you want and what you're going to put on it, that's going to determine what supplies you actually need. Chances are good though, you're going to need a steel bench block, which I have right here with a rubber pad below it to absorb some of the blow. And you're going to need a brass mallet. You might also need a rubber mallet. The rubber mallet would be if, say, you've got a little tag. Sometimes the smaller ones get a little curved, and all it takes is a couple swipes of the rubber mallet to go ahead and flatten them before you punch them. And you might also need a chasing hammer. I actually, on this little tag right here, I texturized it. So I used the ball end of the chasing hammer to texturize it a little bit. And then on this tag where I did the little symbol, I rubbed a little bit of African bronze gilder's paste into it. So I'm going to show you all those different techniques, but let me begin by making a tag. So I've got my artist tag right here. I like this size. I'm going to make the one that you see here. If you want, have a piece of brass available where you can do a couple little trial punches, trial striking to make sure you have the right pressure. All right, so I've got my J because I'm going to do JB for this one. And on this particular set, the marking of the number is actually what needs to face me in order for the punch to line up correctly. All sets are a little bit different though. So I'm just going to put this onto my stamping. I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to do one swift strike. You can see I got the J now imprinted. Now I'm going to do a B. Again, one swift strike. It can be a little hard to tell, but I did get the B as well. I'm going to pull that detail out here in a second. And then I'm going to do the clover. Now you can see these all are there, but they're kind of faint. So I'm going to take my Vintaj relief block. I'm going to rub it using the gray side. And if you need to, you might need to flatten this if it got a little curved. Again, the rubber mallet's going to come in handy. And then I'm going to use the polishing side right here to take off any scratch marks. You don't have to use the relief block when you're making an artisan tag. I just want to show you a couple different techniques for finishing them, but you could definitely just make your stamping and call it good at that. But you'll see now I have my artist tag and it's got my JB on it. And to attach it to a piece of jewelry, the most common way to attach it to a piece of jewelry is to just use a jump ring. Open up my jump ring, put it through the little loop. I have a necklace I made here. I'm going to put it up towards the back, is where these commonly are found. Close my jump ring back up. And you can see that now I've marked this jewelry as a piece that I created. I just want to show you a couple more quick techniques. I'm going to do the little bird one here. So this just had a symbol on it. So I am going to hammer this one with the rubber mallet just to make sure it's flat. They do come flat, but I know it's just when I store them or something might happen where they get a little curved and I want them completely flat. So I've got my little bird. I'm just going to center him. Now he looks pretty faint on here. You can see the before and the after. And so all I need to do, take my gilder's paste, and I chose green. Just going to rub it into the actual lines of the stamping. And rub it off. Now you can see that he shows up a lot better. So that's one thing you can do. And now I just want to show you one more quick technique. And you can do these techniques with any of the different blanks. I'm going to do just my initials on this little copper blank. So I'm positioning it on there. You can kind of try to tell where you're putting it so you get it even. Now this particular set does not have any marking on the side, so you just have to look at it and make sure you're going to line it up correctly. So I've got my J and my B, and now I'm going to texturize this one. I'm just going to go over the entire surface lightly with the ball end of the chasing hammer, and that's just going to give it a little bit more detail. So you can see there, I've got my two JBs. Then I had my original tags right there. So those are just a couple choices on how you can make artist tags and personalize your jewelry.